Welcome back to the Morning Mindset edition of the Live, Build, Change podcast. I would encourage you, if these morning mindsets are having an impact on you in any way, small or great, prayerfully consider right now, is there anyone you should be sharing this with? Anyone God would have you share this with? Because think this through. If He puts someone on your heart who you believe would benefit from hearing these every morning of their lives, isn't the God of the universe nudging you somewhere? Aren't you hearing His voice? And it's your responsibility to gladly, joyfully obey that. So if that's the case, and I don't mean to pressure anyone here or guilt you out in any way, I'm just saying, if that's the case, see it for what it is and take action. You could be the tool in God's hand to encourage someone, to set someone on a new path in their life. Now, yesterday on the Morning Mindset, we began talking about kind of a distasteful subject, something we don't really like to think about much, and that's the issue of envy. And that topic rose from Proverbs chapter 23, verses 17 and 18. And here's what it says: "Let not your heart envy sinners, but continue in the fear of the Lord all the day. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off." You see, envy, whether it's of sinful people we're envying or non-sinful people, envy is a poison. It's a cancer. Because what it does is it causes to grow inside of us this ongoing sense of dissatisfaction. Nothing we have is good enough. Nothing that comes into our life is what we want, because our desire is growing. Our desire for things we don't have is getting larger and larger, and it's overshadowing the actual grace and blessing that is poured into our lives. You see, we're not to let our hearts envy, but instead, the antidote is to continue in the fear of the Lord all the day. So there is a diligence that is needed there. There's a sense of determination that all this day, I am going to have my heart aligned with this concept called the fear of the Lord. I'm going to be humbly accepting what He brings into my life. I'm going to be faithfully believing that He is working all things together for good, and that what He has for me right now is exactly what I need. You see, there's this underlying sense of trust in the concept of the fear of the Lord, that we trust Him. We're not going to malign Him by accusing Him, either silently through our resentment or overtly through our accusations, of doing wrong by us. And envy, in a very subtle way, is that. It is accusing God of not giving us what we believe is best for us, not giving us what we think is our due. That is not an attitude, the fear of the Lord. And He says, when you're able to have that fear of the Lord all the day, there is a future for you, and your hope will not be cut off. You see, the fear of the Lord enables us to have the long view, to think long term, beyond our current circumstance. So no matter what we see someone on Facebook posting, no matter how successful they may appear to be, or how beautiful or skinny or athletic or business-wise successful, we can be content where we are because we know our future is secure. We know that God Himself has promised Himself, He's obligated Himself to be our God and to bring us a future and a hope that will not be cut off. It's a hard thing to live in that confidence when everyone around you is boasting, so to speak, or is flashy and throwing out their successes. But you, as a follower of Christ, have to humbly place yourself under the Lord God of heaven and earth with contentment, a sense of thankfulness and gratitude toward Him that says, I will rejoice in where I'm at because my God has a future and a hope for me. Let's talk again tomorrow on The Morning Mindset from livebuildchange.com.